I want to look upon this, my people. Look at the standard of living between Jamaica, Bahamas, Trinidad. The GDP per capita for Jamaica is 5,000 US dollars. Bless up, my people. Welcome back to the channel. It's a girl, Isabel Rose. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Thanks to the returning subscribers. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn the post notification bell on. Put it on all so you won't miss an upload from me. On the road to 20k, help me to get there, my people. So in this one, my people, in the government reports a revenue shortfall for the fiscal year which ended March 2023. As well as Ian Ailes calls out Matthew Samuda following water shifting plan needs more clarity. Stay tuned for the details at hand. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel, my people. Run over to my other platform, subscribe over there, get that channel to 1k for me, please and thanks. Some people, the Ministry of Finance has released information showing that the government revenues underperformed for the financial year which ended in March, a development which has implications for the budget for the current fiscal year. The ministry said the government has commenced an assessment of the options to ensure prudent fiscal operations and the attainment of legislated targets. Government revenues for 2023-2024 were 97.5 billion or 11.8% ahead of the prior fiscal year, but still less than budgeted by 22.4 billion. Meanwhile, tax revenues for 2023-2024 were 10.5% or 78 billion ahead of the previous fiscal year, but 24.8 billion less than budgeted. The ministry said the revenue underperformed against the budget for the full year 2023-2024 was primarily due to the revenue outturn for the month of March 2024. And some people, this is the same Jamaica Labour Party government that said that Tax Administration Department and Customs collected the most revenue as NEPA before. Plus, more tourists came to Jamaica in record numbers. The airport are doing well and most persons are working and paying statutory deductions and taxes. They said businesses are producing in exports and call centers are flourishing. Construction has expanded and bursting out of the seams. So where is the money? Why is there a shortfall in the revenue? Let me continue to read. They said total revenues for March 2024 were 29.3 billion or 18% less than budgeted, while tax revenues were 28 billion or 20% less than budgeted. The Finance Ministry said the main contributor to the shortfall was corporate income tax, which was 14.3 billion lower than programmed for the fiscal year. It said several entities and individuals who filed did not make the indicated tax payments within the required timeline, and the government will be pursuing payment related to these returns via its comprehensive compliance systems. Changes to the International Financial Reporting Standards also resulted in lower taxes being declared by a number of financial institutions. The impact of the changes to the accounting standards is being closely examined by Tax Administration Jamaica. The same TAJ that paid out approximately 400 million for leased properties and are yet to occupy them. The ministry noted that although expenditure was below programmed levels by 14.4 billion, it was not enough to outweigh the revenue shortfall, resulting in a fiscal surplus of only 1.1 billion or 0.04% of gross domestic product, that's the GDP, instead of the budgeted fiscal balance of 9.1 billion or 0.3% of GDP. So it seems to me, my people, that this is one of the major blunder that was, picked up in the whole budget debate or the budget reading that he had done. And so, if there's so many blunders, is there any time for them to redo the whole budget? Or step aside, let someone else do this whole budget? Or did they blunder so much that they're coming out now saying that they have a shortfall after they're saying that they're making, seamless interest in all the areas that I outlined earlier. And I want to look upon this, my people. Look at the standard of living between Jamaica, Bahamas, Trinidad. The GDP per capita for Jamaica is $5,000 and Bahamas is $33,000 and Trinidad is $16,000. The Prime Minister's salary for Jamaica is $200,000. Bahamas is $86,000 and Trinidad is $85,000. So you see it, my people, that Bahamas Prime Minister gets 2.6 times its country's GDP for salary, and Trinidad gets 5.3 times its country's GDP for salary. But Jamaica's Prime Minister gets 40 times the country's GDP for salary. Why them not scale back the whole of them pay? Why don't our politicians scale back the whole of them pay to help in the progress of the country? Why on the take pay and on not performing according to the pay? People when not perform not forget no big 300% increase. I want to roll in for that one of my people and talk and tell me what you think about this, because I don't see how them have a shortfall when them say them make the greatest strides in our history. In this segment, we're seeing Ian Hills still, on the tail of Matthew Samuda. And Matthew says he has plans to shift, water improvement project in Western Jamaica. And this have raised doubts. And Ian Hills coming out saying that he wants clarity. Ian Hills basically give him all some pointers how to go about doing, what he plans to do. And the same energy when did have to run the call IRA FM upon a concerned citizen. Let's put our profession out of it. A citizen that wants to see good. She's neither JLP nor PNP, as she said. You understand? And she raised some concerns, wanting the minister to come out and speak and him call our place of work. So the same energy where you have to call our place of work, come and speak to the people and come and answer to Ian Hills. You understand? And so I'm going to listen to another clipping where she is speaking out, that's the disc jockey, and showing up the lies that the minister without portfolio have been telling, and the people of Jamaica are not fools. Stay tuned for this, my people, and I want you to watch the whole entire clipping so you can have a greater understanding. And while you're at it, you drop a like on that video for me, please.
Minister Samuda, I heard you came out the other day and you made some announcement. You made the announcement based upon facts that you received from the National Water Commission. You came out and you said that from the $209 million that is supposed to be for the improvement project for Western Jamaica, you're going to be starting phase 1 from Martha Brae into Great River.
The first is a replacement of the pipelines from Martha Brae into St. James, and Peter would have explained the interlinkage with all the rivers in terms of ensuring that where sources are, you connect where people are, as well as the line pretty much from Rossies into Negril.
Now I want the people of Westmoreland and Negril to listen to me now, You said phase 1 that you're starting is from Martha Brae in Trelawney to Great River in St. James border in Hanover. That will be phase 1. Now, Minister, from Martha Brae to Great River, it's anywhere between 55 and 70 kilometers of pipeline you'll be running. Between 55 and 70 kilometers of pipeline you'll be running. You then go on to mention that phase 2 will be from Rossies into the west end of Negril, which is another 55 to 70 kilometers of pipeline. And you said you'd be running a 24-inch main. Now, I keep telling you, you need to go around and visit the treatment plants and the facilities across Jamaica. Minister, let me help you out and the staff of NWC. The pipeline from Great River into Rossies now is a 20-inch pipeline. You cannot run a 24-inch pipeline now from Rossies into Negril when the water that is coming in is being brought in by a 20-inch main. Wrong again, Minister. But I want to go further to the people of Westmoreland. From Roaring River to Negril, it's 32 kilometers a pipeline they would have to run. Now, Minister, let me ask you a question. Why would you go and run over 120 kilometers of pipeline when you can run the 32 and give the people water from Roaring River to Negril? And let me just say something else to the people. The 100 and odd kilometers of pipeline that they're running, they tell you that they're running all the way to West End, that will be for future development. The only way the residents of Westmoreland go and get water into Negril/West End is when they run it from the Roaring River into Negril or from the Carburetor into Negril. That's the only way. Minister, I'm going to ask you again. The people are no fool. If you sit down and they see that you're going to run 100 and odd kilometers of pipeline from Trelawney into St. James and from St. James into Hanover and ultimately from Rossies into Negril, over 100 and odd kilometers of pipeline, why not just give them the 32 kilometers of pipeline from Roaring River into Negril? Stop taking Westmoreland people for fool and stop taking the people of Jamaica for fool. I keep telling you, go around, do your own personal investigation. That's what it means to be a minister. Not to fly in a helicopter and come down here. Go around, do your personal investigation, and then you can speak from a position of knowing and not knowing. Do that, Minister, and you would serve the people of Jamaica well. We await your response. Thank you.
This is a special expose on the water scarcity plaguing Negril, Lucy, Green Island and other communities in the parishes of Hanover and Westmoreland, which rely on the Logwood treatment plant for their water supply.
You never miss your water till your well runs dry, brothers and sisters.
As the water woes continue to affect communities such as West End in the resort town of Negril, Green Island, Orange Bay and a slew of other communities, concerns are being raised over statements made by a minister with responsibility for water, Matthew Samuda, that the 2,000-room Princess Hotel in Green Island is using desalination or reverse osmosis as its primary water supply source. During a meeting held in Negril at the Swept Away Hotel in Negril on Thursday, April 4, environmentalist and founder of Let's Make Negril Awesome, Lambert Williams, asked Minister Samuda whether or not the water demands of Princess Hotel, which is set to open in June, is pulling water away from the communities served by the Logwood treatment plant.
The biggest bone of contention in this community is how the government has taken away our water and sent down a Lady Princess in Green Island. So if that is so, I have no evidence. Please, sir. The people are extremely restive and the communities on the verge of some serious demonstration.
During the exchange, Minister Samuda had told Mr. Williams that the Princess Hotel was using reverse osmosis or desalination as its primary water source.
Their development project is based on reverse osmosis, meaning that they're doing desalination. The very first day that I came into the portfolio, when my first call was from Tamika's constituents asking about that space. The primary source of water supply for that massive development is desalination.
However, residents of Negril have been questioning the veracity of Minister Samuda's claims, among them celebrity radio disc jockey and event promoter Amber Crowell.
I was reliably informed by members of the Negril Chamber of Commerce and other persons in the community that Minister Samuda attended a closed-door meeting in Negril where the media was not allowed in the meeting. The media showed up and the minister asked for them to stay outside. However, what happened in the meeting was very displeasing to those who attended, who it mattered to, because some people it matter in them, all right, them have water, them have hot water, them have pressure in them pipe, so them good. So that meeting was held. In that meeting, some very important things came out. One, the minister alleges that the Princess Hotel, which is being built in Green Island, is using reverse osmosis for the construction. So our question now to the minister is, since you allege this, come and tell the public, Minister Samuda, where the water that the Princess Hotel is using for reverse osmosis is coming from. Is it the swamps nearby or is it the sea? Because in order to do reverse osmosis, you need a source, you need a water. Even if it's dirty water with mud in there, you must have the water first before you can actually perform that process. So that's one claim that we're asking on behalf of the community of Negril, the minister to clarify where the water is coming from, because the people suspect that the water is actually coming from the logwood plant, which is supposed to serve the community. And that is why the people of Hanover and Negril do not have water in their pipes. Minister Bartlett, you've been doing so well, and we've seen you on many platforms speaking of how well tourism is doing. This water issue requires Minister Bartlett's attention too, because your ministry going to suffer. Let us now clarify if Princess Hotel, which is building a 3,000 room hotel, is using reverse osmosis, so we can rule that out. If they are not, then it simply means that they're on the people water source and they need to come off. Let the government who give them authority and permission to build that big old hotel up at Green Island find water source give them. Because them literally would be robbing the people of water if it is so that they are on the NWC system. You cannot put such a big development on a system which is already burdened and the citizens not getting water and think that things are going to be business as usual. That is not how you develop a country.
When the Grill Times checked with the National Environment and Planning Agency NEPA, an official from the Applications Processing Branch revealed that while the Princess Hotel had indeed submitted an application for a reverse osmosis desalination plant, the application is still being processed and a decision has not yet been on whether to approve or refuse it. The logwood treatment plant, which is located a few miles away from the hotel site, is expected to supply Princess Hotel with approximately 800,000 gallons of potable water daily. During the public presentation on the environmental impact assessment for the Princess Hotel development, which was held at the Green Island High School in Hanover on Thursday, March 5, 2020, concerns had been raised over water strain and potential shortages due to the hotel's massive water needs. Some residents and hoteliers had feared this would strain the logwood water supply system and deprive Negril, Lucy, and surrounding communities of potable water. In addition to 2,034 rooms, the Spanish-owned Princess Hotel will feature 14 overwater sea rooms and a casino. The hotel is also expected to have a laundry which operates for 16 hours per day. However, amidst the concerns, the Princess Hotel developers outlined during the environmental impact assessment presentation that a water storage tank that will hold 3 times the demands for the total 2,034 rooms would be built to meet the needs of drinking water and firefighting. They also stated that at a later date, they would make an application to allow them to drill a well on the property, which would be capable of providing water through reverse osmosis using the underground brackish water. The verbatim notes of Princess Hotel's public presentation revealed that numerous concerns were raised by members of the Negril Chamber of Commerce and other residents of the resort town, who had called for the requisite additional infrastructure for water to be put in before approval for construction of the hotel was given. Former president of the Negril Chamber of Commerce, Richard Wallace, had raised concerns that Negril's West End was already suffering from chronic water shortage, which could be exacerbated by the construction of the Princess Hotel. However, in response, Dr. Carlton Campbell of CL Environmental Company, who led the presentation on Princess Hotel's behalf, had said the resort would be looking at reverse osmosis as a backup to the NWC's water supply. Dr. Campbell had also said that some of these studies, including ground modeling and water modeling and stuff, had already been conducted. He had stated, quote, "What is left to be done is to test wells to see, but we are on our way because as a Jamaican, I know NWC will always say that they have water and thing, and time come, you have an issue. So the client has graciously said yes, let us look at the osmosis and reverse osmosis. And I must say, I mean the hoteliers will know reverse osmosis is actually cheaper than NWC for a big hotel. Now, NWC don't like that because they lose business. But the truth of the matter is reverse osmosis is cheaper in terms of water supply. End of quote. Shorella Inn proprietor and Negril Chamber director Sophie Grizzle, who was at the presentation, had stressed that the government of Jamaica ought to provide an alternative water source before the hotel project was granted approval to begin construction. Moreland Wilson, now Member of Parliament for Western Westmoreland, had also underscored the urgency for alternative water sources, highlighting potential resistance if the issue remains unaddressed. As the water crisis deepens in Jamaica's western communities, questions persist about the balance between development and resource preservation. Stay tuned as we continue to investigate and bring you updates on this critical issue.
So they don't like when you challenge them. You understand? But right now the people are tired of the whole heap of lies. The people are tired of the shortfalls and the shortcomings and not being included. The people are tired of the secrets. And right now, I do believe that Ira FM needs to reinstate the disc jockey. In truth and in fact, she needs to be reinstated. But what says one of my people? To talk up in the comment section and tell me what you think about everything that was unfolded in this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel or run over to my other platform, Instagram and Facebook, and follow me over there at Anisabel Rose. Check out the YouTube store, make a purchase, it goes in support of the channel. Check out the YouTube membership, you get a lot of benefits by becoming a member. Member shout out goes to Angela and Yvonne Wallace. Big up on yourself, my sis. Thanks for the continued support on the channel. We do notification shout out in each and every video. To be a part of that, all you have to do is be the first to like, comment, subscribe, and you'll be featured in the following video to come. This notification shout out goes to Annette E. is Fowler. Big up yourself, Annette. Thanks for the continued support from each and every subscriber. New viewers, come on board, journey with me, join the family. Subscribe to the channel, like up the video, share out the video, support the ABR movement by playing your part. On the road to 20k, help me to get there, my people. Get this video to at least 3,000 likes. Share it out, my people. Let others hear and see what is really going on in and around Jamaica. Stay tuned for more info. Stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself.